Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing this evening? It is currently 12:32, it just changed, a.m. on this very chilly Saturday evening going into Sunday morning. It is currently 51 degrees outside. If I think that this is chilly, I don't know if I'm going to be able to handle the winter this year. I don't know, but it does feel very cold outside. It is very brisk. So, anyway, how are you guys doing? Are you having a good Sunday? Sure, Sunday, right? Right. Unless you're watching this in March, and then happy March. What did I do today? What did I do today? Well, Alex and I both slept in today. I stayed up late last night listening to... Did I finish a book last night? I feel like I finished a book last night. Did I finish The Whisper Man last night or the night before? I don't know. But I've been listening to Head Full of Ghosts by Paul Tremblay. I almost wasn't going to listen to it because, to be honest with you, I'm kind of... like, I've listened to so many thrillers and scary books this month that I'm kind of over it at this point. And The Whisper Man by Alex North was so good, and I really, really enjoyed it, but it really kind of put me through it. And so I was like, do I want to turn around and read another heavy book? And, but I had just downloaded it, and I thought, well, I'm not going to listen to this at Christmas time, obviously. And it's a book about a possession, so I was like, I think this is the time to listen to it if I'm going to listen to it. So I started listening to it. I had read a Paul Tremblay book several years ago for Spookathon. I read... Books and Lala doesn't do Spookathon anymore, but she did it a couple years ago. The last year that she did it, she actually asked me to participate and be part of her team of putting it on. So I got to participate in a readathon and be part of Spookathon, which was really cool. But I read The Cabin at the End of the World by Paul Tremblay. It was fantastic. I still recommend it. I think it's a great book. Very, very scary. And you have no idea what's going on even until the very end. So this is a completely different book. This book is about a family. You don't really know what's going on. It's the youngest daughter, and it's like many years later. It's like 15 years later. And she's telling the story of what happened. And her sister, who at the time that she was 8, her sister was 14. It goes back and forth between saying that she has this like descent into schizophrenia, but while you're listening to the book, they're talking a lot about possession, like The Exorcist. Oh my God, is it already? I was like, is it already out of focus? Has it been out of focus all this time? But anyway, while you're listening to it, it's like The Exorcist a lot. And in fact, the whole kind of behind the scenes, so she's being interviewed by an author who is writing a book about her family. And the reason that they're famous is because there was a reality show at the time, like a documentary reality show that filmed living in a house with her sister that had this supposed possession. And so you're hearing it from her, but you're also hearing it from like a blog writer reviewing the reality show like years later and not really believing anything that happened and then thinking that they just did it for money and all this kind of stuff. It's very, very interesting, and I have to say, it's terrifying. So I actually found the book because, well, I mean, I could have just looked up Paul Tremblay's other books, but I didn't. I actually found the book because I had Googled, like, lists of scary books to read, or, like, the scariest books ever to read, or whatever. And it was on, like, 2 lists, I think. So I downloaded the book and I'm listening to it now. And it's really good. It's not disappointing at all. And I have about, well, I just figured it out how long I have. I have 2 hours and I think like 12 or 16 minutes left of the book. So I may finish that tonight. We'll see. We'll see. It just depends on how I feel after I get done vlogging. If I'm tired, I'm gonna go home and go to sleep. I've been trying to finish watching, like while I eat dinner at night, I've been watching Dragula Resurrection. But I only get like 15 minutes into it, and then I stop it because I'm done eating. So I haven't gotten all the way through, but it's like their Halloween competition that they did, and it's really good. It has like some of my favorite people from like past seasons on there. Anyway, like Frankie Doom is on there, Loris, Saint, Priscilla Chambers. There's 2 more. I can't remember who the other 2 are that are on there. But it's good so far. It's really good. And season 4 of Dragula is really good. The first episode of season 4 of Dragula was really, really good. So yeah, so that's what I've been watching. Alex went to... He had a busy weekend. He went to the Pacer game with his brother Carlos tonight. And then they just got out of that not too long ago. And then Alex went to his friend's house because it's her birthday tonight. And they had like a little get-together thing. And then they were going out after that. So that's what he's doing tonight. And then tomorrow we're getting brunch. And I can tell you, I have been waiting for my omelet at Cafe Patachou all week long. I mean, I guess I could have just gone in there and gotten it, right? But I've been waiting for my omelet at Cafe Patachou all week long because I came up with this new omelet last week. Did I talk about this on here? So I came up with this new omelet, and you guys, oh my God, chef's kiss. It is so good. They did such a fantastic job on it. I mean, I like just could not stop singing their praises. It was so good. So they have an omelet called the Omelet You Can't Refuse, and it's like bacon, potatoes, sour cream, and there's some, and white cheddar. So I had the bacon taken out, obviously, and then I had the rest of it, white cheddar, okay, and then I added red onions, and I also added Gouda, and then there was another omelet, I think it's called the hippie beans, or the hippie with the beans, or something like that, and it has horseradish sauce in it, which I used to love when I ate Arby's. So, like the horsey sauce at Arby's. So I had horseradish sauce put in it too. Oh my God, it was so good. And then I had potatoes, crispy potatoes with ketchup. And then I also had everything bagel with cream cheese and a small orange juice and coffee. And I'm gonna get the exact same thing tomorrow. And I'm so excited, I can't wait. And then I also got an egg salad sandwich to bring home. I may do that, I don't know, we'll have to see. We'll have to see how I'm feeling tomorrow, if I'm feeling egg salad sandwichy or not. But that was kind of fun because then I took a nap and kind of, what did I do last Sunday? I like drove around, listened to my audiobook, took a nap. I've been taking Sundays off and haven't been filming videos typically on Sundays, just kind of spend the day with Alex and relax and stuff. So now I know I'm going to do a review video tomorrow. I'm going to see if he wants to do it with me, but I got sent these cookies called Bang cookies. And they're like, if we send them to you, will you review them? And I'm like, duh, of course. So they sent me a huge box of cookies, and it's like some kind of bakery cookie. They're very cool. They come in little plastic wraps. So anyway, each cookie is pretty big. It's like the same size of a crumble cookie. So I'm going to review those tomorrow. And other than that, I don't think I'm going to do any other videos because I'll have my vlog going up. And then I filmed tonight because I was like sitting around and I was just like, Tanya wanted to go get a fountain pop, but she wanted to go a little bit later. And so I filmed my drama video for tomorrow already. So I have that all set and ready to go, and that goes up tomorrow at 4 o'clock. I think I scheduled it for that. I already have the thumbnail, already have everything done with that. So that is ready to go. So I actually am posting on Sunday this week. And then I want to do the review video tomorrow of the cookies because on Monday or Tuesday I'll do the new crumble cookie review. I wonder if they'll do something for Halloween since it's the week of Halloween. I hope they do. I love crumble cookies so much. So it was a good day. I got up today. Yeah, Alex and I slept in and we hung out. You know, I think since we found out everything that's going on with Tucker, it's like we love just hanging out in bed even more with the dogs. And they love being in bed. I mean, Boo and Tucker would just like hang out in bed all day long if they could. So we kind of hung out in bed for a little while. And then I got up and I wanted a cup of coffee. And so I'm on this like Dunkin' Donuts kick. I don't have any coffee in here. Kick! I'm 50 and I like to kick. So I went to Dunkin' Donuts and I got a cup of coffee. Oh no, first I went to Taco Bell and I did this review video of the cherry Twilight slushie that they have there. And then I went to Dunkin' Donuts and I got a cup of coffee. And then, what did I do after that? The whole time I was like listening to this audiobook. Like I'm really into this audiobook. It's really good. And like a lot of these like scary books kind of feel dated to me. Like he's just a fantastic horror writer. He just is really, it feels very current when you're reading it, and it's scary. Very much like Grady Hendrix. So like you get into it like real quick. Like the character development is fantastic. The storyline is just like, and it's like right away. It gets like right into the story. So it's, you know. And then I came home and Alex was just getting ready to leave by that point, and his brother was picking him up. So we sat there and talked for a second while I was uploading my videos and stuff, and then he left, and then I filmed, oh, no, I forgot. I also filmed a drama video in my car today when I was like over by Dunkin' Donuts. Did that. So I was uploading all of that, and then I filmed another drama video. I'm kind of like worried if I don't look at the camera every once in a while, it's like gonna go out of focus and I won't even know it. So then I filmed another drama video, and did I do a Peterisms video today? I did a Peterisms video today, and then I was gonna do a Peter Does Stuff video, but I was like, I think I can just like wait till Monday. Unless tomorrow I feel like moved. I actually, because I know that there's a lot of people that watch that channel that don't watch my vlogs, I actually was thinking about talking on that channel about like what's going on with Tucker. I'm really wanting to make that channel into just like shopping stuff, TikTok stuff, but I also want it to be like kind of like a mini vlog channel where I just like talk about stuff about my life, you know, and this is obviously a longer version of that. Where that's just kind of snippets over there, and so I might do that on Monday. I don't know. I'm trying to be so hopeful and positive about this stuff, but it's really hard, you know. I was laying in bed last night and I got really, really upset. Well, when I came home yesterday, I may have talked about this, but Alex was really upset when I came home. So then last night when I was like laying in bed, Tucker was being such a sweet boy. He's being so sweet. He always is, but like he's being real attentive and real like, I don't know, he probably can sense that we're worried about him because we're giving him so much attention, you know, but he just like curled next to me and I mean, and it's usually Boo that does that. Like he sleeps, well, Boo sleeps between our heads, but Boo has been like coming up on my chest more often than he usually does, like at night. And Tucker has been like curling by my side sleeping, or like right next to Alex. And he usually sleeps more at the foot of the bed. And I was laying there last night thinking, and I just, you know, was thinking about the last days with Pee-Pee and when he was so sick. And I just was like, I could remember going to bed wondering like if when I woke up it was going to be that, you know, that day. Like I didn't know when was my last day with Pee-Pee, you know? And I just got super upset. I was like bawling in bed, and I was trying to be quiet because I didn't want to wake Alex up. And by the way, the vloggerinos out there, so if you don't know, there's several people out there that have started a Facebook group called the Vloggerinos. You guys are so sweet, okay? Thank you so much for that. I mean, it's for you guys. It's not for me because it's for you guys to get to know each other. But the person that started it was nice enough to ask me if I wanted to be part of it, so I appreciate that. But somebody posted a picture and they thought it was Tucker, but it was actually Boo. And I said in there, I said, you guys, this is so incredibly sweet. And everybody was just like sending prayers to Tucker and to us, which was so nice. But I have to tell you, I was like going through the group, and you guys, it's so cute because it reminds me so much of the Janet DeLeon Instigators group on Facebook. Because several people posted pictures of like their front porches, or saying that they had decorated their front porch because they were inspired by me talking about my front porch, or like where to put their like books in their room and stuff, and we're showing like their living room. And I was like, I am loving this. Like, this is so nice. This is just, it's very sweet, and just, it's a nice place over there. And you guys that are over there, I just want to say, I think you are just nice people. Like, you know, I can remember back in the day, like, all the jokes about, like, if you say somebody's, like, a nice person, it's like, you know, like, it's almost kind of like a backhanded compliment kind of thing. But, like, I think it really is a compliment to say that somebody is a nice person. I don't know. I feel like on a regular basis, I meet enough people out there that are not nice that I really like coming into contact with people that are really, why wouldn't I, that are super nice, you know? And so thank you. You guys are gracious and kind and compassionate and supportive, and you share parts of your life, and it's just, I don't know, it's the coolest thing. I actually was thinking about, well, I was gonna say, thinking about ending the vlog. That's not what I meant. Pause on that for a second. I have no plans on ending the vlog or stopping the vlog anytime in the foreseeable future. But I was sitting there and I was uploading the vlog. This was a couple days ago. And I was actually thinking to myself, like, how long can I really do this? Do you know what I mean? Like, how long can I really, like, get in a car and drive around every night? Like, 10 years, 15 years? I mean, next year will be the 6th year in a row that I have vlogged every day of my life, with the exception of the week that I took off after PP passed away. And you know, in all honesty, I probably should have, like, taken a week off every year, but I just love it so much that at that time I just didn't feel like I could even get on camera and say anything, you know? I just didn't. And it's interesting because I didn't feel that way when, like, my aunt passed away. Like, I wanted to talk about it. I wanted to share what I was going through, you know? I don't know. But, I don't think maybe sometimes you guys have any clue, like, how therapeutic this is and how cathartic it is for me just to talk, you know? And then to get the support back that I get from you guys is just, like, it's so nice. So it's really, like, a great way for me to kind of process what I'm going through as well. But I was sitting here thinking about it, and I was like, I mean, I'm gonna be 50 next year, you know? Not that that means anything, but, I mean, it does, but it doesn't, like, as far as this. But I was like, is this something I see myself doing for the next 10 years of my life? Like, getting in a car every night and driving? But at the same time, like, I can't ever imagine, like, it brings me to tears to even think about, like, sitting here on camera and saying, like, so you guys, for the final time, if nobody else told you this today, I love you. Like, I can't even imagine, like, signing off for, like, the last time. Like, I can't even imagine that. Like, I have become so weirdly dependent on filming my videos and the interactions and the kindness of strangers. Like, I really have, you know? It's like, it's this whole world that I never knew that I was ever going to be a part of. And now it's just like, remember when I left working for the treatment center, and I had worked there, 13, just 3 months shy of 13 years. And that night, this woman that I had worked with for several years, like, she worked third shift. And the night that I left was a Thursday, and it was like our family night. And so I was always there late. Like, I left at like 10:30, usually on family nights. It was like my day that I went in late and stuff. And, like, I was ready to go. I mean, after 13 years, like, I was ready to go. I had resigned. I was, like, you know, leaving on good terms. I was excited for my future. I didn't know where it would take me or what I would do, but I was excited, you know, and, but it was bittersweet at the same time. Like, several of my coworkers and friends had already left before me. All of them left, with the exception of one person that still, well, my supervisor and one person still work there. I mean, there's other people on different units, but, that I knew when I worked there, obviously, but like people that I directly worked with on my team, there's only one person still on my team other than my supervisor, and she's in a completely different capacity there now. Like, everybody else from our team has left, and we were together for like 10 years. We worked together, you know, we were super close. We grew up together, you know, and I can remember that night that I left because everybody else had already left, you know, it was late. And my co-counselor and I, she was like still standing there getting some stuff done. She actually left after I did. I still see her, because she is friends with my friend Erin. So I actually saw her at a Halloween. I'll probably see her next Friday, actually, or next weekend, because I don't know. My friend Erin has a Halloween thing every weekend. I never know when these things are. It's Friday or Saturday or something. But so she and this third shift woman were standing at the nurse's station when I walked out, and this woman that I had worked with, that had worked on third shift for years, she started singing the outro theme song from the Carol Burnett show. The very end, you know, when Carol Burnett would stand there at the very end and sing that song. And I remember I got to my car. I've been so emotional lately. I remember I got to my car and I just sat there for a second, and I was like, it's over. I don't know if you're a person that believes in like life cycles and stuff, but I've had a couple like psychics tell me, psychic mediums, that this is like my last life cycle, which, whatever, I don't know what that means, but it's so weird because, like, all of these endings that I've had in my life, like, I've always, like, had a profound feeling in response to it. Like, I can remember my last day of elementary school when I just talked about this on here not too long ago. I was a crossing guard, you know, and I walked in, and after I got done, you know, working, you know, doing my crossing guard duties, and I took the crossing guard thing inside, and I can remember leaving and walking out, and the school was empty, the parking lot was empty, and I can remember, you know, like, I had this feeling like it's over. I mean, what 10-year-old feels that way, you know, like just this sense of loss related to ending. I don't know what 10-year-old has that feeling, but I did. So I can remember sitting in the parking lot that night, and I just felt like, I mean, you know, like so many other people would be celebratory, you know, like, oh, you resigned, you're done, new things, new horizons. I had all these new opportunities of things that I was doing, right? Like, I was real excited. But, like, at the same time, I was like, I can't believe, like, this chapter of my life is over. Like, I worked in the treatment center that I went to, you know? It was, like, home for me. I've only ever been back one time, and that was because a friend of mine was in treatment there. No, that's not true. I went there to go do a service commitment for my home group, too. I guess I've been back there 2 or 3 times, but I don't know, it was so weird to me, you know, and I just was like, it's over. And then the hardest thing was that I didn't really talk to, by that point, like, my supervisor wasn't like directly supervising us anymore. She was like in a different capacity somewhere else. So she and I weren't so close anymore. I mean, like, friendship-wise close. And so I didn't really talk to her when I got out of there. And the people that I did talk to, I already talked to them on the phone you know, regularly. And, like, most of them had already left. And then my other coworker, my friend, that was on my team, she left like a year after, 6 months maybe after I did. And that's the one that I saw through my friend Erin. And the next time I saw everybody was at my mom's funeral. And I like looked up, and my entire team that I worked with for all those years was like sitting in the back on the left-hand side. And it just felt so nice, you know, it felt so supportive to have these people that I loved and that I had worked with for all those years. And I remember when I was there, like, one of my coworkers lost her mother, and another one of my coworkers lost her father. And the one that lost her mother, she gave me this, I think it's my meditation book that I read on my Peterisms channel, one of them about grief. She gave me this meditation book about grief and loss, and she wrote in it, and this guy's gonna go through, okay, on a red, thank you. And I don't know, God, just it's so weird. I never know what I'm going to talk about on this, on these vlogs at night, but yeah, and like, I had a hard time for a long time, you know, and that was like a really, really like hard period for me, because like, that was a decision that I really thought about for a long time, leaving. Because there was a long time that I thought I'd be there forever. And I just was like, you know, so many of my friends and my people that I had worked with were moving on. And I was like, yeah, I think it's time. And I remember sitting in my supervisor's office and telling her, like, I remember walking in there. We had worked together for 13 years. We were so close, you know, and I sat down in that chair, this chair that I had sat in like every day, you know, for 13 years, talking to her, just, you know, shooting the crap. And I looked at her, and I just, like, I had been crying that morning already because I didn't want to have to tell her. And and she looked at me, and she said, "You're gonna resign, aren't you?" And I said, "Yeah, it's time." And she started crying. And she was like, "What am I gonna do without you?" You know, I think the really sad thing is, you know, like I say this a lot, like, we spend so much time with, like, the people that we work with. Well, I don't, because I work by myself at home with my dogs, but but we spend so much time with the people that we work with that we should have good relationships with them, you know, we should care about them, they should mean something to us, right? The only lip balm I have is this lip balm that is, like, empty. So it's hard, right? But, like, the reality is, maybe I'll get some lip gloss. The reality is that, you know, when you leave a place like that, it stopped. The reality is that when you leave a place that you've been working at for a while, a place like that, you say to everybody, we're going to stay in touch. It's like high school, you know, you say, we're going to stay in touch, we're going to have dinner, we're not going to stop talking to each other, blah, 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 whatever. And then you keep in touch for a little while, and then Christmas cards and all that, and then your worlds are different. You're working for different places, you know? Like, our team that all worked together for so long, like, we ended up, like, working all in completely different, like, fields and areas, you know? And so everybody's life changed, you know? And I worked with all women too, all women and one man. And so, you know, all of the women that I worked with eventually, if not while I was working with them, got married, had kids, and that is what their life became about, you know, like dance recitals and athletics and, you know, all that kind of stuff, which is what happens when you raise a family, you know, and, but that just wasn't my world. And so I kind of think, like, a little bit of what my husband, like, is going through now is a little bit of what I went through then. Because what would happen would be that then, you know, other than Tanya, who was always, like, you know, a significant part of my life as of a couple years sober, what would happen is, like, I would, you know, have these friends. Maybe it's different in sobriety a little bit because, you know, like, your sober friends, I think, kind of just stay connected a little bit. But, like, I had a lot of friends that, like, you know, they would be mid to late 20s, and we would all be hanging out and do dinners and go out and all that kind of stuff. And then they would get boyfriends, and they would get married, and they would settle down, and we would still stay in contact. But then it was like, over a period of time, like, when that became their life, it was like I didn't see them as much. So then I would become closer with somebody else, you know, some other woman, and then when she settled down, the same thing. I kind of see that happen with Alex a little bit, you know. It's like he'll have friends, and then, like, you know, and I'm kind of like, he's kind of at the age for me when that stopped for me. I kind of was like, I need to just have, like, he has solid friends. Like, his friends are like he has great friends. I love his friends, but that was kind of around the age, you know, I mean, Alex is 37. He's the age that I was when we first started dating, a year older, so it's so crazy to me that he's 37, but, well, I was 36 the first year that we started dating, but that was when I was ready to settle down, you know. I was ready to, I didn't want to go out a whole lot anymore. I just really wanted to kind of be a homebody and stuff, you know. It was funny because Tanya and I were talking about this tonight. Like, you know, it's like every once in a while I'll get comments on my videos and people will be like, oh my, doesn't it bother you that Alex goes out now? I love that he goes out. Like, he has a good time and we have a good time together. It's like, I don't want to go out. So I'm glad he has somebody to go out with, because if he didn't, you know, I'd be feeling bad. Like, I should go out with him, you know, and I do every once in a while when we're out of town or whatever, but I just don't enjoy it the way that I used to. I just don't. You know, I'm glad that he still goes out and has a good time, and he probably will until he's 50 or 60. My husband will be the one out at, you know, some club at 65. It's so funny because people are always like, oh my God, you look and act just like that Gianluca Vacci. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Well, look him up on Instagram. People are like, you guys look like twins. I wish I was his twin. He is a billionaire, like 5 times over, and he's like a DJ and all this kind of stuff. Anyway, his girlfriend or wife is like late 20s, and she just had a baby, and he's got to be like 60. I can't imagine. He's in great shape. He's always on like yachts, dancing and doing all these, he does like TikTok and stuff. He's hilarious. But anyway, I follow him on Instagram. He's a good looking guy. I mean, he's in real good shape, so it's really nice when people say I look just like him. I appreciate it. Oh my God, we drove by, Tanya and I drove by Conner Prairie earlier tonight, and it was packed. And Tanya was like, you can't even get tickets for the Headless Horseman this year. I used to love that Headless Horseman thing. She's like, you can't even get tickets for it this year because it's so overbooked. She's like, I don't know what's going on with that, but like the parking was all the way out here in the yard. So anyway, yeah, but he's like partying at like 60. That'll probably be my husband. In a club in Miami at 60. And I'll be 72 at home with the nurse's aide watching some Lifetime movie or something. I hope I'm still here. God, it's weird to think that if I'm not, that's 22 years away. It's not that long. I'm not ready for my life to be over yet. God, I can't start thinking about that or I'll get really sad tonight. See? I'm already thinking about it. I don't want to think about it tonight. Don't make me. Oh gosh, there was something I actually wanted to talk about. I think it was just talking about, so whoever posted the picture of your front porch, I loved that, and your front porch looks so cute. I was like, oh my God, this makes me so happy that other people are doing their front porches. Can I just tell you guys, I'm super excited for Halloween, okay, although I don't really have, well, I have some plans. So next Friday night, Alex has some Halloween. He's either going just out for Halloween, or he always goes out like every night of the Halloween weekend. He loves going out. And since Halloween's on a Sunday this year, it works out perfect for him. So Friday night, he is going out and doing something. I don't know what I'm doing Friday night. I'll probably just not a whole lot of anything. I'll probably watch a scary movie, get a fountain pop with Tanya, film some extra videos for the weekend, and whatever. Then Saturday, Saturday's our friend Aaron's little party thing. So we're going to that together. And then he has a Halloween party that he's going to downtown with two of his friends. And I'm going to my sponsor's Halloween party with Tanya. And now I need you guys to help me. So our husbands aren't going with us. Just Tanya and I are going to go together. We think we'll have much more fun. So anyway, I need a Halloween costume. Okay? I need a good Halloween costume. Let me tell you who Tanya Jean is going as. Okay, Tanya Jean is going as Dolly Parton. She has purchased she's been wearing it around the kennel. She purchased a Dolly Parton wig off of Amazon, and she's gonna wear like black pants with this sweatshirt that she got that said, I beg your pardon, like Dolly Parton, and it has her picture on it. And then this Dolly Parton wig, and then she's gonna wear real big boobs, like with balloons or whatever. That's the second time I've said boobs today in a video. Anyway, and cowboy boots. I don't know what I should be. I actually, because when I was listening to this book, I don't know which book it was. I think it was the Mary Shelley Club. Somebody went as PJ Souls in the book, which is so interesting to me because it's like this young adult horror novel that came out this year, right? Horror. I can't say that word. Young adult horror novel. And somebody goes as PJ Souls. I'm like, do these kids even reading this book have any clue who PJ Souls is? So if you don't know who PJ Souls is, PJ Souls, who is friends with my friend Melissa, okay? Melissa always never misses a chance to tell me that they're friends. PJ Souls was Linda in Halloween, the girl with the pigtails, the blonde hair and the pigtails, that wore the huge chunky candies. Do you remember those candies back in the day? Oh my God, those candies wedges. I think my mom had a pair. She did have a pair of like wood clogs that she would wear out with her girlfriends. But anyway, and then she was also in Carrie. And so this girl in the book, she was gonna, was it that book? Yeah, it was, because it would have had to have been My Heart is a Chainsaw if it wasn't. in the book that I was reading, this girl wears like a baseball shirt or something, or maybe she wore a red dress. She wore a red dress, and then she had her hair in pigtails and a Red Sox hat. And she was PJ Souls and Carrie, because that's kind of what Carrie wore too. In the original Carrie was Sissy Spacek. Do you know what? That movie was on, the remake of it, which is so bad, was on TV the other, was it last night? I think it was it last night? I think it was last night. And Julianne Moore played the mother in there, and I don't remember her playing the mother in there. Okay, I just have to tell you, I'm one of the biggest Julianne Moore fans in the entire world, but I was not impressed with her in Carrie. I don't even know why Julianne Moore took that role. I was like, seriously? Why would you ever take this role? I'm so disappointed in you, Julianne. Like I'm on a first name basis with her. So yeah, so that's what we're doing next weekend, and then that's Saturday. I'm real excited about that. That'll be fun. Peter's going to 2 parties, can you even believe it? And then on Sunday, I don't know if we're going to go to brunch on Sunday because we're going to dinner early at Melissa's, and Melissa's doing her chili again, and she's making cookies, and we're going to watch a scary movie or whatever. We were at dinner the other night, and Melissa was asking me questions when we went to Cheesecake Factory. Melissa was asking me questions about, like, dinner, you know? And she was like, well, do you want this or do you want that? We were getting real excited about it, about Halloween. Or she was asking me questions about Halloween. And, Jason was like, what are we doing for Halloween? And Alex was like, yeah, what are we doing for Halloween? And he goes, having chili. And no, Melissa goes, well, just the usual that we do every year, of which Melissa and I are so excited about. And he goes, oh, what? Have chili and watch Roseanne for the 5,000th time? And Melissa looked at him, and I thought she was going to kill him. And she was like, and what is wrong with that? And Alex is like, and he like tried to rescue it real quick. He goes, I don't think we watched Roseanne last year. Melissa and I are so protective over our Halloween Roseannes because we love those episodes so much. She like turned her head slowly to Alex. Alex is like, I think we watched a scary movie last year. Jason was like, yeah, I think we watched a scary movie last year. It was funny. So that's next Sunday. And then Monday is Christmas. Oh my God, I'm so excited. No, Monday is the beginning of November. And can I just tell you why I am so excited about Monday? Literally, I have a week from tomorrow of continuing to read scary books. I think I'm going to do, I don't know what other books I'm going to read. Oh, I know what book I finished last night. That horrible. I gave it 1 star. Y'all, I never give a book 1 star. The Woods Are Always Watching by Stephanie Perkins. Oh my God, it was so boring. Here's my review that I wrote. So slow and so bad. I almost DNF'd it several times. DNF means did not finish. I almost did though. If the book wasn't so short and I needed to get to 102 books and I'd already read half of it, I would have said, forget it, I'm not finishing this book. That book is so bad. Do not read it. If you're thinking about reading a book, that is not the book to read. It's not scary, not at all. Not one bit is it scary. And it's just stupid. It's just real stupid. And, so anyway, here, let me not ruin it for you, but I'm going to tell you something that's going to ruin it for you. They're like scared of bears the entire time, okay? They're out there camping in the woods, in the Appalachian Mountains, and they're worried about bears getting them, okay? Which I'm sure that's a real fear, but they don't ever see any bears. None of that, right? And so, reading it the whole time, it's going to be like, people are going to come and get them, which it is. It's like these scary people coming, trying to kill them, these 2 guys. And then at the end, and I'm like, okay, it's like the loading gun theory. Do you know what the loaded gun theory is? Smoking gun theory. If you see like a smoking or loaded gun in the first scene of a movie, like that gun, like it can't just be there. Like it has to have some purpose, right? Like this is like in film criticism. There has to be a reason why you're seeing that gun in the first scene, right? Okay. So it's the same thing with them introducing this whole bear thing, of which they talked too much about these damn bears. So I knew at the end the bear was going to come in and save the day, which is exactly what it did, and it clawed the hell out of this person and killed him. So anyway, and so then they ran off, which this girl, her foot had been like destroyed by falling in this hole, and she couldn't even, they kept on describing it as it was just hanging limply off her leg. I don't know how she was running through the Appalachian Mountains with her leg like that, but apparently she was, because they got out. And then on top of it, she drove, which I don't even know how that's possible. So, but anyway, because the other girl was having an asthma attack by that point. It just was bad. It just was so bad. I was so over it. I was like, my God. And then it was so dumb. And then the reason that the guy, are you ready for this? The reason that the guy was the one that got attacked by the bear, they couldn't figure it out. And then they were like, oh, maybe it's because you threw your urine, because she was keeping a jar while she was stuck in this hole that she had fallen into that they had made for her, right? They didn't figure out that ever. They didn't talk about that in the whole book. But so she had this jar that she was keeping on her that she would pee in. Well, when the guy came up, she surprised him and threw this urine in his face, and so he had urine all over him. Well, the bear attacked him because of the urine smell. I don't know about bears. I don't know about all that kind of stuff. All I know is that the book sucked. It was horrible. So anyway, I think I'm going to do The Raven Boys, maybe, by Maggie Stiefvater, because I've wanted to read that for like the last 5 years, being on BookTube for Halloween. I feel like I should read it sooner or later. And then I was gonna do The Graveyard Book by Neil Gaiman. I've never read a Neil Gaiman book before, so I thought that might be good. And then I was gonna maybe do, if I still had time, I don't know that I have to look through my books and see what I have, see what scary books I have. Because I don't know that I really want to read Salem's Lot. I mean, it's a lot. It's like 17 hours and something. So that's going to take up a lot of my, like, week if I listen to that. But maybe. It depends on if I finish this book tonight and what I want to start next. I think I had another book picked out, too. So, The Raven Boys. Maybe I'll save Salem's Lot for next year. I don't know. Is Salem's Lot a book that you have to read at Christmas time, or I mean at Halloween time, or is it a book that you can read any time of the year? The thing is, I really want to read it now that I've been talking about it, and everybody's been saying it's so scary. I'm like, oh, okay, well maybe that's a Stephen King book that I want to read, you know? I'm kind of wondering if I start reading Stephen King that I'll be just like really obsessed with him and want to read him all the time, you know? Because I know that people like love him. They just like love and love and love his, they love and love and love. They love his books so much. So I don't know. We'll see. But, this is what I was going to say. On Monday, starting November 1st, do you know what that means? Other than the true crime book for next month, which I'm real excited about reading that one. I am. And other than Peter's Book Club, which is Liam O'Yardy's Apples May Fall, I am doing an entire month, which that book I will probably, oh, you know what? I also have to read a True Crime Book Club's book this week, too. I have to listen to that this week, too. Behind the Horror. So, but other than those two books, I'm doing an entire month of cozies, and I'm not making any excuses for it. Unless something comes out that I'm like, I have to read this book, I'm doing an entire month of cozies. Because I am so excited to get back into reading these cozy mystery series. I've been like researching new ones. I bought another one last night. I don't even know what it, maybe I bought two. I don't know what they are. I'm so excited! I'm so excited for the cozies. I love the cozies so much. I think I did buy a new one last night. Anyway, I keep on looking up cozy mystery series. Oh, I know what I did. I went through all of these last night because I really wanted to read like maybe a cozy mystery for the week of Halloween. But I finally figured out how to, okay, so I was trying to figure out like what first book of a series, because like I'm not far enough into a lot of series to read the Halloween book. What first book in the series and Alison Brooks, like that was the one I thought I was going to do. The next one is Christmas that I have to read, so I'm not going to read that right now. But I was like, what new book or what new series is of a comfy or a cozy mystery is the first book in the series about Halloween themed, right? Well, not many. Oh, come on, don't do this. There you go. So I'm like Googling all this stuff, right? I'm Googling First book in Cozy Mystery Series is Halloween themed, okay? I'm Googling all this stuff, right? Well, it pulled up Halloween themed Cozy Mysteries on Goodreads, because Goodreads has all of these, thousands of lists, thousands of them, probably, I don't know, hundreds, thousands, I don't know how many. But anyway, so then what I did was, I went through each of the book, and on Goodreads, or each of the books, and on Goodreads, next to your book in a series, it'll tell you what number it is. It'll tell you if it's the second book, or the fifth book, or the third book, or the third book, or the fifth book, or the ninth book, or whatever. It'll tell you which one. So I just went through them to see which books were number one, and there were probably 3 or 4 out of a list of like 50. And then I went to go see which of those 3 or 4 were on Audible. And after looking at like 2 of them, neither one of those were on Audible. I was just like, forget it. I'll just wait till November 1st to read my cozies. Probably the Maddie Day one is gonna be, I don't know what I'm gonna listen to first. But I'm excited about the cozies. I might just finish out the year with cozies. I don't even know. I might just do all November and December cozies. But I will tell you this, that this book right now that I'm reading is my 87th book. If I finish 3 more books this week, which I could, then I'll be at 90 for the week, for the month, I mean, or for the year. I can't get it straight. I'll be at 90 books for the year. My goal is 112 or 102, which means I'll only, 6 books a month for the next 2 months, which means I only have 12 books left for the year. If I get 12 books done in November, because cozies are short, they're real short, and I go through them real quick, right? If I, for some reason, should get 10 or 12 books, I'm going to listen to some long books at the end of the year. I don't know. Maybe I'll finish the Harry Potter books. I feel like I've invested so much time and energy in them that I should finish them. Number 1. Number 2, I don't support what's-her-face. J.K. Rowling. I just don't think... I think she's problematic beyond belief, but I feel like I've read 4 out of the 7 books. Like, I mean, I already know what happens at the end, but I kind of would like to read the other 3. But at the same time, I kind of really don't care. I think I own them. I own them all in physical copy. I bought all the paperbacks at Target when they did this, like, one release. And I think I own maybe the next one on... I don't even know which one is the next one that I have to read. I think the last one I read was Goblet of Fire. But there's a couple books that are longer that I wanted to read. So I may do some longer books in December. And I don't know what our true crime book is yet, so maybe we'll do the book that Mel wanted to do for our December book, since it's a longer book. And if I finish all my books by then. So yeah, I'm like excited about all this reading and stuff. And then... you guys, my moms are so dead. I'm so sad about it. Like, we have had such crappy weather with the rain and everything. They're just dead. And I've just, like, I've kind of given up at this point. My neighbors, their moms are all dead. I see people who have good moms, but it's like, I'm like, well, not mine. My moms are just, they're bad. They look dead. They don't even look like they're dying. They look dead. And I don't know what to do. And, you know, between the cold and the rain and over that, all that, they were beautiful when I got them. Oh, well. Oh, well. I don't think the first week of November I'm quite yet ready to get Christmas stuff. Although, I will say this. If I go to Costco, I'm not missing out on the Costco stuff this year. So whenever Costco puts the pine stuff out at their store, and they have the pine tree deals and all that kind of stuff, if it's after Thanksgiving, then I'll get it after Thanksgiving. But if it's the first week of November, well, baby, that's when we're decorating for Christmas, because that's how it's going to be. I'm not missing out on all of that stuff. But I think for the front porch this year, for Christmas, I think I'm going to get another wreath, like a real wreath, beautiful, like evergreen, with pine cones and cranberry and stuff in it. And then I think I want to get maybe some evergreen for my mailbox with a big red bow. And then I want to do the 2 pots on either side of like evergreen and like the birch sticks with cranberry and pine cones. Alex got 2 of them last year for me. I loved them. And then I think that might be enough out there. You know, I might do a little greenery, you know, very minimalist, a little greenery hanging. I don't know. We'll have to see. It might seem like too much. I don't want to, I'm like imagining it. But I really like just like having evergreen stuff. I think it's so pretty, you know? And then, I don't know when I'll put my little Christmas tree up. See, this is when I start getting sad about the Tucker stuff too. Like, I start thinking about like, that this could be his last Halloween. This probably will be his last Halloween, you know? I don't get that, and I'm not borrowing trouble. I guess I am, I don't know. I'm trying to be realistic. You know, but it makes me sad. Is this gonna be his last Christmas? Will he make it to Christmas? I feel like the tone of the vet this time, without her saying it, is different than how it was with Pee-Pee. I just feel like it's different. Like, she's not super hopeful. I don't know. The little guy was coughing this morning, and it scared the hell out of me. It woke me up. Well, not this morning, but when we woke up, and it woke me up. And I said to Alex, I said, like, how long has he been coughing? He goes, he hasn't coughed much today. And I was like, well, he's coughing right now. And it scared me. I don't like it. But then I was reading all these articles last night. I literally couldn't fall asleep. And I was reading all these articles, and the articles were like, dogs can live for a long time, you know, several years after they've been diagnosed with congestive heart failure and heart disease and enlarged heart. You know, and the right medications and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know. I hope the medication treatments that we're giving him, I hope that works. I really hope that it does, you know. And I hope that we're starting it early enough. And I want him to have a happy quality of life, too, you know? Anyway, enough sadness for one night. Enough sadness. All right, you guys, I'm going to get off here to listen to my audiobook and get scared a little bit now. Head Full of Ghosts by Paul Tremblay, if you're looking for a scary book to read. I also would highly recommend The Whisper Man by Alex North. I thought it was fantastically done, and he has a second one out, too. Oh, that's what I'm going to read next. Oh, I forgot I downloaded that. That's the next one I'm going to read. It's his second book in that. I don't know if it's not a series, but it's the same detective, this Amanda Beck. She's in both of the books, and that one is called, I don't remember what it's called. But anyway, it's about like a murder that happens, and then it's like 20 years later. It's kind of very similar to the first book, but like a completely different story. So I'm excited about that. Did you guys, you know, I saw that a new James Patterson Alex Cross novel is out. Is he still writing those Alex Cross novels? Oh my God, you guys. I read those James Patterson Alex Cross novels like when I started working way back in the day. I like read all of them. I read them like the first 10 or something. I was obsessed with those books, but I don't read them anymore. But I couldn't believe that he's still, it's called like an Alex Cross novel too. I can't believe that there's a new one out. But anyway, let me know how it is if you read James Patterson. All right, you guys, listen, I'm going to get off here now. And if nobody else has told you this today, I love you. I hope that you're having a magically amazing Sunday. Get refreshed, get renewed, get rejuvenated, get relaxed for the week ahead. And I always try to think of the RE words. Relaxed. Get relaxed for the week ahead. And do something today that will make you happy and get you ready for the last week before Halloween. And are you looking forward to it? Put in the comment section what your Halloween plans are, and also put a Halloween emoji in the comment section so that I know that you made it all the way to the very end and that you are a true vloggerino. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya!